Hello, hello, hello! The video you are about to feast your eyeballs on most likely has some vile verbiage, explicit content, and adult-only material. If you're going to be a little baby, go back to bed. If you're a full-grown asshole, proceed with caution. You unlock this video with key of the Open Bottle Society. Beyond it is another beer review. A review of malt. A review of hops. A review of yeast. You're moving into a land of both ales and lagers, of Seamus's Piggly Squirts. You've just crossed over into the OBS beer review.
Hey guys, thank you guys for tuning in to the Open Bottle Society. My name is Key, and today's beer is rather interesting. This beer, a lot of people have been either looking for it, or they can only find it in one or another format with the same layout and by the same two collaborations. The collaboration that we have here is New Belgium's and Ben & Jerry's Salted Caramel Brownie Brown Ale, okay? So this is a collaboration. You might have seen it not only, and you'll like this, not only in beer form, but you might have seen it in ice cream form. There it is, Ben & Jerry's New Belgium Salted Caramel Brownie Ale, right? So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There's the lid. Let's see here. Let me take the lid off. Here we go. You guys might have seen that. So look, isn't that cool? How cool is that? How cool is that? All right, guys, now here's the cool thing. The ice cream, okay, the ice cream is actually made with the beer, right? Flavor profiles are made some from Ben & Jerry's. And they made this huge collaboration. And their collaboration is, let's see if we can find it here. Okay, it says right here. All right, the collaboration is like this. When two B Corps come together, oh, you guys, that voice sucks. Let's do it in movie voice. And this is on the back end, the story on why these two are talking to each other and the way it is. Here we go. When two B Corps come together, delicious ideas are created. Our mutual dedication to using business as a force for good means you get to enjoy this brown ale ice cream or beer that only New Belgium could inspire. Dedicated to protect our winters, an organization committed to reducing climate change's effects on winter sports and mountain economics, even not other stuff. Learn more at protectourwinters.org. All right, guys, so there's a little bit of that right there. All right, guys, so there's an ice cream, and I wish I had the ice cream in here. I did have it in here at one point. And I kind of wish that I had it to give you guys a comparison. But we're just going to talk about the beer and focus solely on the beer. I just, again, wanted to show you that there actually is an ice cream that goes with it. That they've made the ice cream with the beer inside of it as part of its ice cream process. Now, let's go ahead and let's talk about it. This ABV is 6.25%. This is a brown ale, and it's by New Belgium again with a collaboration with Ben & Jerry's, and it's their Salted Caramel Brownie Ale. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and pop the top. Some of that, and move to the side. It didn't go in the bucket, so that's okay. It it looked cool. It went that way, that way, that way, that way, and behind me. So it's good. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at this particular beer in all its glory. Here we go. So it does have the color of brown, a little bit of red going on with the light hitting it, but it is a brown ale nonetheless. So as you guys can see, the head is holding up. And what you guys can see, it is not translucent or transparent all the way through the glass. You cannot see me. I cannot see you. And that's what's going on. Now, the head is coming off a little opaque or a toasted almond color. The head is holding up very nice at a good 1/4 of an inch. And then as you guys can see, it just looks really nice in the glass. It looks wonderful. I guarantee you that it would even look better if it had some ice cream in it. But we're not going to put ice cream in it. We're going to taste it. Actually, no. We're going to smell it or taste it? I think it's taste. No, it's smell. Wait. It's one of those. I'm so excited right now, I've lost my train of thought. And I've never even been a conductor. So here we go, guys. Cheers to the smell. Okay, a couple of things that you're going to get, and for a few, it's going to be a little disappointing. It smells like a brown ale, nonetheless. It has like a walnut or a nutty profile to it, right? So walnut, maybe some... I'm getting walnut, but you might get something else from it of the nut variety. Seriously, you really would. So it has that. It smells like a little bit of yeast going on. I'm not getting anything. I'm getting a little bit of salt, right? Like it's salted, added to the fragrance. It's having that fragrance, but I'm not getting any brownie, and I'm not getting any caramel. But the smell is hands down a brown ale beer. It's malty. It's got a little funk to it, and there's no hops present, but it smells like a nut profile. Walnuts, you might get cashews from this, but it has that aromatic of the nut variety. So there it is. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to taste it and see how well is this particular beer. Cheers to the taste. All right, hands down, it's very delicious, right? It's creamy to the palate. The texture is light, very light and velvety. It's almost like as if you had milk, you know, when you're drinking milk, and it's that creamy, velvety texture coming in. Very little bubbles, but it's there. They're not aggressive, but they're effervescent. So they're tickling the whole encompasses of your mouth. And then where's the flavor? Well, you're going to get several flavors out of this brown ale. First and foremost, you will taste salt. There's a salty profile to this. The malts give it that caramel kick, and then it's dark chocolate brownies. If you're a fan of dark chocolate, this is what you want. Now, with the malt level that's giving it that caramel kick, it's balancing it very nice. So it's got more savory than sweet. So if you guys have ever had brownies with sea salt on it, and you get that sort of sweet and savory aspect on brownies or dark chocolate with salt, that's what you're going to get here. The texture is probably the most interesting thing. As I'm talking, it's becoming more and more thick in my mouth. And what's happening is it's putting almost a coffee finish to this particular product. So I'm going to take another drink and see if this beer is either a layering beer or which is called a Build-A-Beer. So the more you drink it, will there be more profile to it? Or is it a steady beer where it's just the same from going in to the same time it's gone? Is that what's going on? So let's find out. I'm getting a little more of that dark, chalky chocolate, okay? Almost like dark cocoa powder. It's a little gritty. So this is a Build-A-Beer, which means as time keeps continuing, it's going to become more and more either coffee, chocolate, but still that finish on this particular sip gets more of the salty caramelness. So it's really tasting like if you take an actual brownie and sprinkle salt on it, like sea salt or Himalayan rock salt, any of that stuff where you can see them, the nice big pieces of salt, and when you bite into it, you're getting that sweet savory ordeal. That's what you're getting from this particular product. Now, I want to talk about the ice cream. The ice cream has almost the same principles. This actually had brownies in it that complemented the beer. And even though everything was made with the beer, it gave you that sweet and savory aspect. More sweet on this, more savory on this. And together, I've actually put them together. One hell of a float, I can promise you. They complement each other. Not one is better than the other. They literally complement each other. So, let's get down to the fact of the grade. And the fact of the matter is, from 0 being the worst and 5 being the shit, I want to give this particular beer a 4. Why am I going to do a 4, you may ask? It's because of its versatility. Ice cold, it's delicious. Room temperature, it's delicious. Not to mention, it goes great with ice cream, right? So you can also bake with this. You can make floats with this. You can marinate with this. It's not that sweet like you think it would be. This is more savory. This is more sweet. So I can see where people go, oh, this is better than this one. But you got to understand, it's still a brown ale. It's still a beer. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this particular beer review. And like I always like to say, beer is what we have in common. Because let's face it, who the hell would walk up to me in a fucking grocery store? They lock their car doors from inside the store. What's your beer story? And you guys have a good night. Cheers.